Well, decided to make some protein pancakes and show the world. So, who doesn't want some freaking protein pancakes, right? Well, you're gonna get nothing but the best from me. So here we go. Let's see. I'll show you a list of the ingredients. We got, let's see. We got some pure, which olive oil did I go with? This is olive oil, grapeseed oil, and yeah, nothing but the best. Okay. Some free-range eggs. Vanilla. Baking powder. And sometimes I use natural peanut butter, but today I'm going to go with some almond spread with a little bit of chocolate in it. Bananas. Protein powder. Your choice of flavor. I'm going to go with Muscle Farms cookies and cream. Cookies and cream. Greek yogurt. Egg whites. Honey for sweetener. Some oats. Gotta have those carbs. What else do I got here? Oh, the kicker. Now, this can be your choice or not. I mean, really, it doesn't matter. I can burn this stuff off with ease, so I'm going to either use some butterscotch chips, or maybe how about some white chocolate chips, or my ever so favorite, Reese peanut butter chips. Okay, so where do you start? Well, you make sure you get your measuring cups out. Okay. Egg whites. Usually about 1 cup or so. I'm not one on for specific sizes and stuff. Usually the consistency turns out pretty well. More liquid. Alright, gotta grab a spoon. Okay. Add your yogurt. I'm gonna go with, some heaping amounts. I'm gonna finish this one off. There's not a lot left in it, so usually there goes my camera. There we go. Eggs. Vanilla. Pour generously. Usually, a tablespoon or so. Eggs. I'm going to go with 3 this time. It all depends on how many pancakes you want. So, usually what happens in this one, I usually get about 4 days worth of pancakes because I bring them for my lunch. They're usually my pre-lunch. So, I'll eat them about an hour or 2 before I eat my actual lunch. My days start early, so I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So my lunchtime is usually earlier than most. I'm using 3 eggs. You never have enough protein. Alright, we got all our liquids. No, we still need some oil. A couple tablespoons. All right, so I think that's it for our liquid ingredients. We'll go to our drier ingredients now. Let's go and kick bananas in. I got 3 bananas, as I said. So I just kind of peel them and just kind of break them off in pieces and chuck them in. We're using the KitchenAid mixer today. I like to have little chunks. It ends up to be little chunks of banana in with the pancakes. So instead of it being like blended in, because when I take a bite out of the pancake, it's nice to get a chunk out of there. Okay, we're almost done with our bananas. Alright, next. Let's throw a little bit of the honey in there next. Just put as much as you think you're going to want to use. Remember, this is just more of adding some natural sweetener to it instead of using sugar or any of those other artificial sweeteners. Try to avoid using artificial sweeteners nowadays. If I do go the artificial sweetener route, it'll be stevia and not Splenda. Also, the honey gives it a nice taste. Having a few camera difficulties right now, as you can tell. All right, let's throw in some of that baking powder now. I usually add 2 tablespoons of baking powder. You don't want a flat pancake. Nobody wants a flat pancake. Okay, baking powder. I'm going to throw in something else for a little sweetness. Just 1 tablespoon of organic coconut sugar. Like I said, every time I do this, it never turns out exactly the same. As I did create an original recipe, which I use as a guideline, but I like to add a few things here and there to change it up, just so it's never turns out exactly the same way. Okay, let's go with this dark chocolate almond spread. As you can see, there's some oil. Now you can't really see, but there's oil in the bottom of it, of the top of it. I'm going to add, let's see, probably two tablespoons. That's 200 calories. But you got to remember, that's divided over probably at least 12, 16 pancakes. Yeah, that does taste good. We're going to move on to the oats here after I rinse off this spoon. Because I'm trying to create more, usually, like I said, I do about 12 pancakes. I'm trying to go for about 16 today. So there's 1 full cup. I'm going to add another half cup. Usually as I'm doing, I try and clean up as I go. Whatever. You'll see that I haven't put in the chocolate chips or whatever it is I'm going to add. I usually don't add it until after it's mostly blended in, so those chips don't fall apart that way. Nothing better than biting into that pancake and getting a bite of an actual Reese's peanut butter chip, you know, instead of this just kind of integrated into the pancake. Alright, we're almost there. We're almost time to mix it up. Like I said, I like to put things away as I go. Alright, so we're going to move on to, oh, of course I'm missing the protein. Imagine having protein pancakes with no protein. Jeez. That's what happens when you try and make a video. Alright, so I'm going to add about 3 scoops today. Like I said, I wanted to have more pancakes than I usually get. So 3 full-size scoops of the protein of your choice. I'm not a big fan of the chocolate proteins. I don't know why, but it's just never been my thing. In my experience, vanilla has been like the most sure bet for making these pancakes because it's kind of a neutral flavor. But the cookies and cream from Muscle Farm seems to be not too strong, or doesn't have that weird aftertaste that some protein powders leave. So I'm going to go with this, and yeah, let's bring it over to the other counter and mix it up in the KitchenAid mixer. All right. Oh, and as you're blending, put your pan on the stove and get it nice and hot. I've made the pancakes a couple different ways in the pan. I'll either use a little bit of olive oil, or I'll use some coconut oil spray. You just don't want them burnt, so you need something that's going to make it so it doesn't stick. All right, over to the KitchenAid mixer. All right. You can see it's in there and ready to go. So I'm not going to turn it up too high at first, because I want to make sure I get that good consistency. If I find it's too dry, I'll just throw in a little bit of egg whites in there to liquefy it a bit more. Okay, I'm going to need to grab a spatula, and because some stuff is sticking to the sides. And when it's close to being the right consistency, that's when I'll throw in the chips right at the last second. I will throw it in there for a few seconds just to mix them in there. Like I said, I don't want them broken up. Okay, I think I've mixed it in there enough with the spatula. Alright, you can see that. Yeah. Alright, so let's mix it in there a little bit more. Now that I've used the spatula, I'll turn it up a little higher. Give it a good mixing. Alright. Okay, let's go grab our chips. I'm going to do a mixture today. I'm going to use a few white chocolate chips and a few Reese's peanut butter chips.